Hello, welcome to Scratch 3D Printing. In this video, I am trying to turn my bike into an electric bike. Let's scratch today's project. For the past week, I've been working hard trying to turn my normal bike into an electric bike. Just because there's really no reason why. It's just because I wanted to, I guess. A while back, I bought this motor, and this is the exact same motor that I use for my spring hammer thingy. I'll leave a link up here if you want to go and check that video for yourself. So this is my first time attempting to turn a normal bike into an electric bike, and it did not turn out that well, which you will see in the second portion of this video. So I measured my bike and stuff like that, and then I went on Fusion 360, do all my modeling, print out, fail, go back, do more revision, print out, fail, and there's so many failed parts. It takes like 3 to 4 days just to do all the failed testing, and then the fifth day I actually got it right, but it did not work. My bike has a frame at the end. I measured that, and the first one I modeled was this one right here. So you push this thing into the bike, but the problem is that the thread on the wheel cannot go through this thing, so that's a fail. The second one I 3D printed is way too big. First time making this for the motor to sit in there, and then this thing clips onto the bike, but did not go that well because the motor is way too weak, or just to turn the gear on the bike that I 3D printed. Then I went back and designed a gearbox for my bike. Okay, working on my bike gearbox as of right now. Fits really nicely now, and it sits in there very tightly. These are a little bit too big, so I resized them, and now it's perfect. In order to get this top cover on here, I'm gonna be using heat insert. Okay, the heat is transferring down, so it's going down slowly. I want them to connect. Yeah, my gearbox spin, and now the rod is spinning with this last gear, which is so hard to spin. The color is not good because I was kind of rushing, and I just used what color I had on my 3D printers to print them out. I got my power supply from last time right here. Whew, moment of truth. Powering on right now. Holy crap. Full power now. And then it stopped. I hate this motor. It keeps dying like this. When it gets under load, it just keeps dying. And the gearbox actually works a little bit, but I only have a power supply of 12 volts, and that did not turn out well because this time it does spin, but I think it spins at 10,000 or even 20,000 RPM. So it spins all the gears, but then the last gear has lots and lots of torque, but it doesn't really have speed. So when I power on, turn up to full speed, I hold my wheel, and the axle on my gearbox broke because it's 3D printed. It's not strong. Yo guys, check this out. I kind of screwed up on this, but I just used like a super sharp scissor or this thing and cut this here, and it actually fits pretty nicely. The back too, and I use 5M bolt and a custom washer with a real washer at the back. This thing is actually secure now. Okay, I got everything hooked up. This thing is not hooked up, but it's fine. I'm gonna turn on the power. Hold this with one hand and then turn the power with the other hand. So much torque. Look at that. The wheel is spinning. Look at that. It's actually spinning. Oh gosh. Well, I think I just broke a gear. Damn it. Okay, so that's what I broke. The axle broke. So that was a fail, and I just basically threw all my gear, the gearbox away. I just kept these parts because they look cool, and I just want to show off in this first portion of the video, showing my mistakes, showing all the things that I did wrong while trying to turn my bike into a 3D printer. What did I say? Why did I say that? 3D printer? Turn into an electric bike. But it did not turn out that well. Then I went back and do more research, get a better motor, which costs money. So if you want to help and support this project, subscribe below and grab yourself some merch. It looks great. Maybe not this one, but something like this one, because this one definitely looks awesome. This one I mainly just make for recording videos. The best you can do is subscribe. I am still planning to turn my bike into an electric bike. So I did more research and went back, buy all the things that I needed. Don't know if they are compatible with each other. The first piece for doing that is this thing right here. I don't even know if this is gonna support me, the weight, and or the bike. Even turn the bike, I don't even know if that's possible, but this motor is quite strong, I think. Right there. 24 volt DC. Speed is rated at 3000 RPM. 24 volt, 350 watt. So hopefully it is strong enough to make the bike go. I need to get rid of this handle, same with this one, in order to install this new handle or this throttle handle here. And so I figure using a knife like this, a blade, makes this so much easier. Look at that. That took like 1 second. Cutting took like 30 seconds. Oh, I should have just done that. And it makes it look so much more cleaner, smoother. You live and you learn. Look at that. This is going to be the new handlebar I'm going to install on the left side here. Hopefully it fits. Might need 2 hands for this. 1 hand recording at the same time. Boom. There we go. I just need to put it in. I got the handle on, but this one, I think it only fits up to here. It's supposed to go all the way here, but the handle is a little bit too big. But for this side, it fits perfectly. I got it slide all the way to over here. I was gonna decided that I'm gonna be 3D printing a case for this battery and this battery. But by doing that, it's gonna take a whole day to 3D print that. And it takes about 1 kilogram for that particular parts. Just for like a test model, I don't even know if it's gonna fit perfectly for the first time. So what I decided to do is just use some blue tape or painter's tape and just tape this onto my bike. Okay, sorry for the background noises, but I got this thing kind of set up right here. This is for the motor plug, but as you can see here, it doesn't reach. The motor only comes up to here. So what I'm doing right now is using this wire, external wire that I made myself. So before I used to connect wires by just twisting them together, right? And that was annoying to me, so I bought this male and female spade crimp terminal connector, which includes all of this. Includes these small one all the way to the big one right here, and they also include these plastic piece. Connecting this to this is just so much easier. I just need to plug it in right here. I can do it with one hand, and look at that, it works so nice. Well, as you can see there, my motor snapped this 3D printed piece off because once I connect this to here, for whatever reason, this 3-speed controller thing here, it's not exactly how you think it is, right? Because look at this, yellow, black, and then red, right? But if you look at this part here, it's like the total opposite, yellow, red, and black. So I don't know why the outer two are like in the front here, and then the middle red wire is at the back, which doesn't really make sense. If you just plug this directly in here, I don't think it's gonna work. You gotta wire it weirdly like this, and then it just sparks, power on the motor, full blast, and then just knock this thing out. And yeah, it's 3D printed part, so it's not gonna be the strongest. Gotta go back, make another 3D printed part, and then I'll come back and try and see if it works. It's been weeks now since I've been trying to turn my bike into an electric bike. Most of the parts I have been just 3D printing it, and 3D printed parts is not that strong if you're using motors, lots of torque, high impact, and just some like super heavy weight. 3D printed part is not that really suitable for it, so that's where today's sponsor comes in. Thank you to JLC 3DP for sponsoring this video. I model my 3D models and send it to JLC 3DP, choose my service, get them to print the parts and send it to me. Printing only takes about 1 to 3 days. Shipping is very fast. I got this package within a week. I'm gonna unbox this and see the parts that I got from JLC 3DP. It comes in a nice packaging like this. Inside the plastic bag is also another cardboard box. And let's see the parts. Then they also bubble wrapped it. Wow. And here we go. Look at this. As you can hear there, this is metal 3D printing. JLC 3DP, your go-to solution for high quality, affordable 3D printing service. They offer a wide range of materials and finishes like SLA, MJF, SM, FDM, and SLS. To upload your 3D model, you just click quote now, drag in your 3D model, then you can select your 3D technology, SLA resin, MJF nylon, SLM metal, FDM plastic, or SLS nylon. They also have wide materials for you to pick. Select your product description. You will get a price quote, shipping estimation, and quote from JLC 3DP's team. JLC 3DP will ship your parts right to your doors directly from their 3D printing factory. If you are ready to order your parts, use the link in the description down below and start working on your project. The 3D technology that uses to print this part is SLM metal 3D printing. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this into my bike, and I don't think this piece will ever be broken if I don't just smash this thing, and I believe this piece will last a very long time. The design is very amazing, but you will definitely see how this design will fit into my bike and everything will come together. This is a sprocket with this inner circle here with a triangle. Is just my design specifically for my own bike. I will have a link down below, so if you want to order parts from them, you can go ahead and do it. Their service is very good. Let's go on and install this thing. So I'm in the basement right now. I'm gonna disassemble my bike right now and going to put everything that I have been working so far up until this point, put it to the rear wheel, and let's hope everything works and goes as planned. I'm keeping the old pedal so that I can manually pedal and use the electric motor whenever I need it. I bought myself some welding machine kits and I welded this aluminum plate to the bike, and as you can see there, it's not the best weld, but it seems that it is sturdy enough. Hopefully it is sturdy enough. So I'm gonna be removing this bolt here. I'm gonna replacing this is just PLA, so it's gonna break when it's under heavy load. I'm gonna be replacing this 3D printed sprocket with this sprocket from JLC 3DP. I will be replacing this with this. And now I can remove this thing. Oops. The two washers and the 3D printed parts. That's all greasy, nasty stuff like that. Now for this 3D printed parts from JLC 3DP, and it fits perfectly in there. Look at that. It fits just exactly like my 3D printed parts. These triangles are pushing these spokes here so that it can spin the wheels without spinning this sprocket back here. Because if this motor spins the sprocket, this pedal is gonna go super fast. Put the main chain back on. The main chain, as you can see right there, broke off. So I gotta put that back. That's the main problem that I was scared of. It happened, but it's fine. Put this thing back so many times, I know how to do it. Okay, there we go. It's now back. The next thing I'm going to be doing is put the motor back. Put the chain on this sprocket, and then put the motor here. Connect it with the sprocket. Put a screw through it. Align this. Make sure this is as straight as possible. So I think I'm going to have to re-drill the holes here. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to re-drill 2 holes so that it will fit. It's just like 5 millimeters off. Okay, never mind. I don't know. It actually fits, so let's go. It fits. I don't have to drill any new holes. Let's go. Okay, so here is the next step of my e-bike build. So this is my throttle handle, as you saw already, and the connections is this, and these 2 connections right here, which is good and all, but if I'm gonna be connecting the throttle to my whatever this is, ESC, I forgot what this is called, electric speed controller here, I will need to connect it to this 3-pin right here. These right here fits perfectly into these connections right here. Just push them in and they fit really nicely. I will also need to make an adapter for my battery here. So my battery, I bought these T connector and it does not fit into these connectors. I'm gonna have to make an adaptive wire and connect it to these connections, and I hope everything is gonna go smoothly. I'm gonna be using my knife here just to make extra room. Hopefully I can do it. I just bought these blades and they're super sharp. There we go. I think I can split it now. Yep. Look at that. It's so sharp. I went to the store and bought these heat shrink tubes. So if I need it, I can just use this, heat shrink it, and it'll be perfectly fine. Oh, and this doesn't even fit right there. I don't know what crappy thing that they give me. Can you just pull it? I can just pull it off. Nice. Let's just cut it. There we go. Look at that. Clamp this down as hard as I can. There we go. I got all of them connected to this new connector. They just go right in there. Then I can just put this thing over and it's gonna be good. Same with the green, and they just fit really well together. Let's bring out these wires again because these wires are quite good. Solder on these two wires and then we'll connect them to the T connector. There we go, got the T connector. Okay, gonna use this to connect them like this so that it's safe. I 3D modeled this case, this enclosure here, with a lid, an attachment here, hold on by 4 and 3 screw with heated inserts in there. So you can see there, those are heat inserts. It's not the cleanest, but it works. I'm gonna be putting this in here so that it's a lot cleaner when I put it on my bike, and it fits really well. This thing don't sit still. It actually has those for mounting screw, but I don't have a way of mounting it. I can do it, but I don't want to, so I'm just gonna use some double-sided tape and just tape this thing in here to hold it, and this lid actually goes on pretty well. Look at this. I have these little overhang right here. Hopefully you can see it. It's very small. It's only 0.3 millimeters thick, but it works with this lid here. As you can see here, there all the clicks, and yeah, look at that. It fits really well. And I mounted this hole so that I can put all my wires in here without showing all the wires. Let's go ahead and bring this downstairs and put it on the bike right now, along with this and the battery and the throttle handle. Tonight I'm gonna get everything done. And now I'm gonna heat shrink this. There we go. And these were advertised to, you know, have some sort of like gel or something in there. As you can see there, right? You can see that there's like little white spot in there. Right there, the reflection there. It's advertised to have those things in there to hold it super tight. So that's what I got it, and it works like they advertise. The ESC is gonna go in here like this. And look at that, it fits so nicely right here. So it's gonna go in there like that, and then I'm gonna tighten this down, and wow, look at that, it fits so perfectly. All the clearance, just one finger off of this is just, oh my gosh, that is a perfect fit. Wow, let's go. I got it down, forgot to click record, but put the nano tape down there and just push this thing down. I did it on the Chinese side so that I can still read on the English side what all of these are, and it's in there. I don't think that's going anywhere though. Okay, now it's time for the bad boy. The battery that I made in the previous video. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly suggest you check it out because it was amazing. Lots of sparks and so many things that I learned, and it's very great. Oh my gosh, look at that. I did not think about this, that this is gonna interfere with this, but wow, the clearance is perfect and it still fits up here. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. My invention is so amazing. I'm sweating and out of breath. Turning, maneuver, walking around. It's getting me quite tired. I did run into a problem. This is touching this, so unfortunately I cannot put the cap. I can just cut this to fit here. I'm gonna do that. The throttle handle, let's go. We got these clamped like this, labeled in, power switch, it got burned. And this is the throttle, which is, I feel like this is so much better. By doing this, it'll be easy, plug, unplug, plug, unplug, and it will be in the correct way. I don't have to do one manually. These took a whole day just to mount them. I did these for so long that I wasted like 10 of these. I print them out, it doesn't fit, I print them out, and yeah, you get the point of 3D printer, right? Okay, I'm gonna put this all the way in like this. Let's see the perfect angle, somewhat like that. Okay, so tighten this thing down all the way. There we go, it's not going anywhere. I got everything labeled, so nothing to worry about. I might have overdone with this labeling, but I don't care because it's mine and just to make things easier. So this is the throttle for throttle. Plug it in and it fits really nicely. The throttle one was the one I made first, and the power switch is the one I made second. So the power switch would be a little bit better in the fitment. As you can see here, it has this little hole down here that you use a clip and clip it in there. But 3D printing is too brittle, so I tried that a couple times and it breaks. So I just make the inner a little bit tighter and it will just fit snugly. So put in the power like that. You just push and snap fit. This is gonna be the battery, so let's put in the battery. Okay, here goes nothing. The power switch, I mean the battery. I think we're gonna hear some sparks, but it's fine. Nothing actually, there's no sparks. Let's go. Luckily I made this box big so that stuff can fit in there. Before I do that, I'm gonna put my jack stand in the middle. Man, my bike is like 2 times heavier now. It's because of the motors and the battery. So I'm gonna be putting the red one with the blue one. Okay, the moment of truth. I'm gonna be turning on my key right now. Cannot have all the angles, but put it somewhere like this. Everything works. No sparks, nothing. 28.4 volts. So hopefully it works. I'm gonna be throttling. Oh, you hear that? It spins in the correct way, but the motor is shaking like it's about to come off. That is so strong. I'm afraid to do full throttle because I'm afraid this motor is just gonna boom, fly off and go everywhere. So I think this will be it for today. It's nighttime, so I cannot go out and do testing. But tomorrow I'll be going out and doing a test of this, and hopefully it works and nothing explode or anything like that. But oh my gosh, look at this. It doesn't look that clean because of the battery, but I think it looks pretty nice. I could have got the color much better, but I don't have different colors of TPU, and I ran out of PETG red, so I just used orange. And yeah, the things that I'm afraid of is just the motor, because I'm afraid that it might not be tight enough and this thing can break off any moment. Let's say I go like 20 miles per hour and this thing breaks, right? And it flies off. My feet is right here. It's gonna like boom my feet and I might get injured. Or this thing just might break and the bike just and I just fell. But fingers crossed that this bolt and my weld can hold the motor without any problem. That's the biggest fear. But okay, that'll be it. I'm gonna be trimming this part off, gonna organize all the wires and gonna go to sleep. And tomorrow I will do a test. That's exactly what I was worried about. So if you heard that, it came loose. The motor's way too strong and I only have one bolt holding, so it kind of twisted like that and the chain came completely off. Well, nothing broke. What a failed project. This thing broke off. I was testing it, full throttling the motor, and this thing just broke off so easily right here. It was held on by this weld here and this weld back here, but I did such a bad job welding. Okay, so I got pretty much everything working. This thing broke, so I resoldered everything. So I even add this thing down here for support. But unfortunately, this thing was spinning so fast, it has burned some of the metal down here, and now it's loose. I'm gonna weld this to the bike spokes. So I'm gonna do that so that it does not move anymore. Add a new link, chain link, and then we will go from there. Okay, I guess these spokes cannot be welded. Look at that, it just burned off. Wow, I did not even know this. These are so thin. Oh my gosh. Well, now it's ruined. I took it out for a quick spin, and I noticed that this inner hub here is having a huge plate like that. It used to stick to the ring, the inner ring in there, but I think from the amount of spins that it has taken, it has kind of shaved off some materials. So now it's having so much play like this. So, and my chain actually broke because it was off like this and then spin, so the master link just came off. And now I'm gonna be using some JB weld, and I'm gonna be trying to weld this into this inner hub here, so that, or into these spokes, so that it sticks and does not move. For whatever reason, these materials from JLC 3GP is so strong. I also tried drilling in here to make a hole, and then I'll attach a screw here to this side of the spoke, but for whatever reason, I cannot drill a hole through this at all. Wow, this material, man, I'm telling you, it's durable. It is durable. I try soldering things into here, but it doesn't want to stick. And yeah, this material is just amazing. I'm so impressed. But now let's put some JB weld in there and see if it works. Don't have anything to mix with. I was about to mix on here, but I don't think that's a good idea. So to use some blue tape, put it here and mix it, and hopefully I can make this thing stick. That didn't work out, so I put it in a cup with a popsicle stick, and it works so much better. Okay, so that's what I kind of got just doing that for all the spokes and the inner hub here. I'm just gonna wait until it dries and hopefully it works. Okay, so it's been about 1 day. The JB weld, it has been dried off, and I think I did a pretty decent job of it. It's not moving. Look at that. I'm trying pushing it. It's not working. So hopefully it actually works. Okay, so I think everything is pretty much ready. The chain is in a pretty decent spot. It's not like completely tight or loose. It's pretty much nice. I'm gonna be taking this for a spin, and I'll get the recorded footage and see how it is. So here it is. Everything is working now perfectly. I just still need to cut the cover so that it fits into here, put it on, and then it will be completely ready. The battery sits really nicely, but it's still a little bit too tight for me, but I can handle with it. I'm gonna wire all these, put some electrical tape through here, do some wire management, put this like that, something like that. So let's plug in the power here. Oh, and yeah, let's remove this. Look at that. I kind of smashed this to the ground a little bit, but it's fine. Look at that. It's working. Okay, first test drive. So this will be the first test drive. Not the best angle, but I'm not pedaling. I'm just turning on the motor right now. Turning on the throttle. Oh, it's pushing me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's working. It's not the strongest, but it's working. Let me try full throttle. Woo! That was fun. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait and take this for a real test drive, like 2, 3, 4 miles. See how long the battery lasts and see how powerful this thing actually is. Why does it keep cutting off the power? And the chain broke again. The chain broke again. Damn it, damn it. It's because this and this is not parallel to each other. It's kind of off, so the chain goes up here and has to turn a bit, and that's why it keeps doing this. I think I kind of weld this in the wrong position. Damn it, I gotta fix everything. Okay, so what I have done is just push the cross washer behind here instead of up here, and I hope this will work and not break off. But yeah, if you look closely here, the sprocket here is not quite matching with the sprocket down there. It's kind of off a little bit. Yeah, perfect example right here. As you can see that this angle here is not matching with the angle down there. I need to tilt my motor a little bit like this, but got it bolted in, got all the drill drilled in, and I don't think it's gonna work, but keep testing and see if it works. Okay, after 5, 6, 7, 8 times of putting this motor back and forth, doing testing and stuff like that, I think this time it will be pretty secure. So here we go. This is actually pretty nice now, because last time the chain goes here and then kind of off to the side right there, so that's why it was pulling this thing off to the side. And focus, phone. And this time I aligned the motor with the sprocket, with everything. I think it's pretty much aligned now, so I don't think it's gonna snap or something like that. And it spins quite smooth. It spins so much smoother than last time. Last time you can't even do this because the chain was way too tight, and this time it's actually perfect. And yeah, so you know, I don't know, let's just give it a couple shots and see. Hopefully it does not break, so let's go. Every single time you do like a quick fast throttle, this motor and the chain just like snap together. So I don't know how to explain, but it's like and then everything just broke. But this time I'm gonna do pretty aggressive, and look at that, it just worked. The motor is kind of moving a little bit, but there's no like instant torque, like something like that. I cannot explain it, but every single time I do this, I do like a full throttle, like that. It does not run smooth like this, but this time it runs quite smooth. So powerful. It is very powerful. I gotta say, this sprocket is holding up so freaking well. Oh, and by the way, I bought myself some Craftsman Allen key. I needed some upgrades because this motor is a pain in the butt. Because for whatever reason, these holes here, they made it way too close to the motor. So it's pretty much like that, right? Halfway in, halfway out. So if you just use a normal Allen key, you're not going to be able to screw it in because it's going to hit this motor. So I got these new Allen key, and they are ball end or end ball Allen key, and it gives you about 25 degrees angle of going in there and doing it. The regular one is just like this side here for both of them, so you need a 90-degree angle to do it. But for these kind, you can pivot about 25 degrees angle, which is amazing. It's a life-changing tool, well, for me at least right here. So I'll leave a link for this in the description down below, and everything that I mentioned in this video, everything that I made, stuff like that. Besides the bike, I don't think they sell the bike anymore, but whatever. Everything will be linked in the description down below. Okay, so right now I am out for a test drive, and for whatever reason my head camera was not working. But this is the first time that I went full throttle with this setup, and as you can see here, the speed is going up slowly, but it is going up. And around right here, I did a full throttle all the way through it, and the speed was quite impressive for me. It's going up slowly, but it is going up. And this was on a flat ground, and I was very impressed. It went up all the way to 23 miles per hour. I could never achieve that with just pedaling on my bike, but with the motor, it's amazing, man. It's like one of the best feeling ever. This is one of the best projects that I had ever made, and I was so happy that I actually attempt to make this project. Even though the process was very hard and demanding and it cost quite a lot, I'll try and make a list of everything that I bought and the total price. You can pedal it and you can use the motor to help you go super fast, and it's just amazing. I'm just gonna give it a little kickstart and then full throttle it. Okay, full throttle right now. It's going up very slowly, but it's going up. This is slightly uphill. This thing keeps opening. Woo! Yeah! For whatever reason, the TPU that I printed keep squeaking with the bike. So it's metal on TPU and it keeps squeaking every single time I did a small turn. I need to put some grease on it. Oh, and I was riding my bike, and that is my little brother. He is riding his scooter, and we went on a ride out, which was really fun. This is very uphill right now. And very steep. Not super steep, but steep enough. And it's working very fine. I think it's like 7 miles per hour. Steep hill. I don't know, maybe like 5-degree angle of steep. 6-degree. It's working very nicely. I'm not even paddling at all. It works like a charm. The voltage dropped down to 25. And if I let go of the throttle, it goes back to full voltage, but if I full throttle, it goes back down. For a 350 watt motor, I think it's pretty decent. Consider my weight, the battery weight, the bike's weight, and it's not that big of a gear ratio deduction. Still 27.4 voltage left, and that was like about 1 hour ride. This part is after everything that I have done with my bike, taking out for a quick spin, driving it around for like an hour, and everything went smoothly. I got it to a top speed of 23. I was so happy, it was so fun, and overall I just had a really great time riding the bike that I made into an electric bike. This whole process took almost 2 months to make, and this video took almost 2 months to make. That is one of the longest time that I have worked on a video, and I hope you guys enjoy the process of me going through ups and downs while doing this project. And if you did, leave a like on this video. It will help encourage me so much to do more projects long term like this in the future. But overall, it was an amazing experience, and when I actually make it work while riding the bike, turning on the throttle, it's just like the best feeling ever. After about 1 hour of riding, I did run into another problem. The chain broke again. I think it's called a master link, but it was where the two chains come and you use a clip to clip those ends together. That keeps breaking off, and I don't think it's the way that I have the motor set up. Everything works perfectly fine, but I think it's just the clip and the chain that is a little bit too small for this kind of project. And the master link, I think it's not holding the chain well or strong enough for this kind of applications, because this is really heavy loaded. The bike is heavy, plus my weight and plus everything uphill and stuff like that, just pushing the bike forward. It's a lot to ask for. The original chain that is on the bike is like 2 to 3 times thicker and bigger than the chain that I got. I got the chain because it's the same size that comes with the motor. If I want to upgrade the chain, I need to upgrade the motor sprocket, and that'll be another whole project and stuff like that. But it works pretty fine. I think I'm gonna buy another chain and put it on to the bike for my enjoyment in the future. But overall, this project was a success. 2 months of struggling, of hard work, of just doing this, failing, feeling bad, and then like a couple days later, I'm back up and do it again. Just failing, do it again. It's just really fun, amazing experience. If you haven't done any of these things, I highly suggest you just go ahead and start it. If you have a project that you want to do, just do it. It's gonna pay well at the end of the day that you was like, I'm so glad I did it. Even though I failed, I learned so much. And right here, it will be the total price for everything that I got and put it onto the bike. I'm not gonna include the bike because I got the bike as a birthday present a long time ago, so not include the bike. I'm just gonna include the motor, the batteries, all the wires, and just everything will be right here. And yeah, well, yeah, that'll be it for this long video and long time for me working on this project. It will come to an end right here. And once again, a huge shout out and huge thank you to JLC 3DP. I don't think without them and the durable sprocket that I got from them, I don't think it's not even gonna be possible, because there is no sprocket like mine out there at all. That is a very special design one for me and the bike. But yeah, huge thanks to them for sponsoring this video, help making that product. If you are working on a project and need those kind of materials, go and check out JLC 3DP. I will leave a link down below so that it will be easier for you to get to their website. Thank you so much for everybody that has watched the video throughout the whole thing, all the way into the end here. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment down below what things should I have done differently, and give me tips and tricks so that I can use it in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on 3D printing.